watching 21-year-old Marina Kuniavsky, born in Leningrad, now a U.S. citizen who calls Los Angeles home. She is one of the top performers in the nation in rhythmic gymnastics. A four-time member of the U.S. senior nationals team, despite her slight stature of 5'1" and 105 pounds, she will be a major factor for the U.S. team in the upcoming Pan Am Games in Indianapolis and the Olympic Games in Seoul, South Korea. We asked her about the significance of this U.S. championship event in light of the upcoming Pan American Games and Olympic Games.
Well, right now I feel like I'm ready to compete in Pan Am Games, and I will try to do my best there to be first, like right now.
One of the most intriguing stories in the world of rhythmic gymnastics, Michelle Berube. This 21-year-old native of Detroit was one of just two members of the 1984 United States Olympic team. An international champion, she retired from competition to coach, but now has returned to competition, in certain cases battling her own former students. We talked with Michelle about the difficulties in getting away from competition and then getting back into it.
Well, I started about a month ago and used all the routines that I had a couple years ago. And to tell you the truth, I'm really happy I'm back in it. I enjoy it a lot. It's a sport I'll always be involved in. And it's come a long way, and it's got a long ways to go. And I think me being a part of it again is going to help.
Welcome to the 1987 United States Rhythmic Gymnastics Championships. From Shelbyville High School in Shelbyville, Indiana, just outside of Indianapolis, this is Ken Double saying hello, and this is going to be one exciting event. Working with me is Valerie Zimring, a member of the 1984 United States Olympic team. And Valerie, important ramifications for these young gymnasts here.
That's right. These girls have trained all year long. They're trying for the national team as well as a spot on the Pan Am team this year.
And of course, with the Olympics, obviously a possibility for some of these gymnasts in the future as well.
That's right. It's pre-Olympic year. Everyone's getting very excited and looking forward to 88.
This is a beautiful sport to watch. It's very, very exciting in competition and yet beautiful with the music and the movement. And it's something that got quite a bit of exposure during the 84 games when you were a competitor.
That's right. We did get a lot of exposure, and I think that generated some new competitors. We have more competitors at this national championships than ever before.
We will be back with more from the 1987 U.S. National Gymnastics, Rhythmic Gymnastics Championships right after this. We have Dakin Lister.
She was tied for third coming into this event with a 9.3.
Dakin was born in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, now resides in Evanston, Illinois, in suburban Chicago.
Right away with her 3-leap requirement. Fun music.
She's been in gymnastics 7 years.
Double turn, superior move. Dakin definitely shows a lot of flexibility in her back and in her legs.
Outstanding.
Nice routine.
And again, very exciting. Now, speaking of excitement, we've received Diane Simpson's score, a 9.5, giving her a total of 19.1. The same score for Marina Kuniavsky.
Tie for first
so we have a tie for first. We're now watching Cindy Mount in the junior hoop.
She had an 8-4 going into this.
She's a 14-year-old from Evanston, Illinois. An 8th grader coached by Irina Vidovets, one of the top coaches in the country.
That's right. Irina has a very strong team. She's been adding more gymnasts to it every year. The tosses that you're seeing are 30 to 50 feet in the air. The gymnast has to continue moving while the hoop's in the air. She can't just toss and run and get it. She has to do movement with her body.
And a very dramatic finish. An
Yes.
outstanding program by Cindy Mount. Now back to the senior rope, and this is Marina Kuniavsky, an outstanding gymnast.
Marina has also chosen not to use traditional piano. She's using guitar here. She's a very fast and exciting competitor.
This is her 11th year in gymnastics. She was born in Leningrad in the USSR, is now a U.S. citizen, makes her home in Los Angeles, California, with a number of national and international competitions to her credit.
Very pretty single release moves here. She's in perfect control of the rope. Another original move.
Her preliminary score of 9.6.
Oh, she had one small mistake there, recovered very quickly.
And that 9.6 had her leading the competition at that time. Again, the best score is 10. And it's so difficult for us novices on the side to see where there might be a little bobble where they'd get graded down. Obviously,
That's
those
right.
of you with educated eyes have a little better opportunity to see where there might be a little mistake. All right, we move back to junior hoop standings. And our leader, Jennifer Lovell, is next. In the preliminary standings, Jennifer had scored an 8.50. She also competed in the Olympic Festival in Houston last year. 13-year-old out of Miami, Florida. Enjoys swimming and windsurfing and collects Art Deco. You don't think that perhaps the television show Miami Vice might have had something to do with that?
Perhaps. Jennifer has excellent flexibility.
Lovell. She is leading after the preliminary scores. However, Cindy Mount, who we saw earlier, scored an 8.7 for a total of 17.10. She was in second place, so she could be moving up. We'll have to wait and see Jennifer Lovell's score. Back to the senior rope, and Diane Simpson, who had also scored a 9.60 in the preliminary competition, tied with Marina Kunyavsky, whom you saw just a moment ago. So this could bring it right down to the wire.
That's right. Diane's very fast and precise. Very difficult flexibility move there. She makes it look really easy.
She's 17 years old, starting her 5th year in gymnastics. Twice been on the senior national team, so she has obviously taken to this sport quickly and has proved herself a fine competitor.
That's right. With her strength and flexibility, she's come up tremendously in the last 2 years.
A great athlete. She enjoys swimming, skiing, sailing, horseback riding. Also an honor student. Won the all-around title at the '86 Olympic Festival.
In that at all. It was a beautiful routine.
Now her main competition here, Marina Kunyavsky, scored a 9.5 for a total of 19.1. The final standings, senior rope, Diane Simpson and Marina Kunyavsky tie. And probably as it should be with their outstanding routines. Dakin Lister 3rd, Alexandra Feldman 4th, Kelly Tanko 5th, and Irina Rubinstein 6th.
Final hoop standings for the juniors with the gold medal, Jennifer Lovell, silver medal, Cindy Mount, and the bronze, Casey Van Loon.
And again, very, very close competition there with Robin Geringer, Crystal Auld, and Carmen Carnes running out the top 6. You've had an opportunity to see some of the action. We want to take the opportunity now to explain it perhaps a little further. Valerie, we can, through the magic of television, not only have you talk about it, but also watch you demonstrate. What do you want to talk about first?
Well, let's talk about the rope first. What I'm going to show you are some basic moves with the piece of apparatus, with the rope, and you'll see that what I'm doing is very different than just what you do with a regular jump rope. I can do tosses. Here I'm tossing with a leap. I do a roll and catch the rope in the center. That's one of the types of catches that you can do. You can also catch the rope at the ends. Here I go directly into a mill movement. That's where I hold the center and the outsides of the rope move in a milling action. I release the rope and go onto the floor and do what you call a spin on your back. That's kind of what we have taken from break dancing and street dancing for a little originality. Here is something that you'd probably see in a slow part of a routine. There's single releases, series of single releases with the rope, catch one behind my back, and then spin it again twice and catch it again behind my back. And here I just show an ending pose.
Does the rope have to be a standard size or weight?
Actually, the rope just has to be made of the natural hemp material. The size is measured by the gymnast size, so it's really the size that feels comfortable for you.
We'll be back with more of the Rhythmic Gymnastics after we take this time out. One of the reasons Valerie is so adept at this, she is not only a communications major at UCLA, but she was one of the 2 members of the U.S. Olympic team in '84. What's next?
Well, let's show you some of the hoop apparatus. The hoop looks like an ordinary hula hoop, but you'll see that I do some very interesting moves with it. I'm starting with basic moves that show the movement of the hoop with your body. This is a figure 8 move, and I go directly into rolls across my body, a roll in front on my chest and a roll behind my shoulders. Now I'm showing you a boomerang roll. That's where I spin the hoop on the floor and it comes back to me, and as it comes back I kick it with my foot. That's
demonstration of an original move.
I think everybody knows from the hula hoop how to spin it, but I don't know they can kick it with their foot.
I don't think so. That took a lot of practice. I catch it and jump through. That creates a superior move. Here I'm showing another type of toss. It's just a regular forward frontal toss, and I turn and let the hoop roll down my back. So that's a combination of a toss into a roll on the body. That's another superior move. For my last toss, I'm showing just a different plane of the hoop. It's spinning in front of me, and I turn and catch it with my feet and my hands for a finishing pose.
And now let's get back to the live action. To senior hoop, and again we see Marina Kuniavsky, who in senior rope tied for first. In senior hoop, she scored a 9.55. Freedom would a veteran performer and competitor like Marina have in choosing her routine, and how much direction does she get from her coach, Alla Sversky?
Well, Alla is very familiar with Marina's style, and so together they choose on the music, and they really work together to decide on what should be in the routine. Of course, you're constantly changing the routine. Not exactly before a big competition, but you're constantly changing the routine throughout the year to just perfect it. And Marina's done that. Excellent original move there. She kicks the hoop off her back leg from a split leap. She recovered beautifully. It's a nice routine.
We move along now to junior rope, and this is Crystal Alt. Crystal has been in international competition in Melbourne, Australia, also in Turnfest, Germany and Austria. And the fact that she speaks German, I would anticipate, helped her during that competition.
I'm sure it did. She might seem young to be sending on international competitions, but it's very important to get the experience starting right away for when she gets on that senior national team. There, she caught it right away.
Crystal Alt. Now back to senior hoop and Diane Simpson. She, again, is battling Marina Kuniavsky for the overall title. Marina scored a 9.3 in senior hoop for a total of 18.85. Obviously, these two are very tight competitors. Is it
very
friendly
tight
competition, or is there sometimes some difficulty?
Well, it's always going to be very hard when you're that close. They are friends. When they get out there, they're definitely competitors. Marina's small mistake definitely leaves room for Diane. Who again has chosen very dramatic music for her routine. Turn into a scale, very difficult to do. in an arch. She did that perfectly.
She finished first in the all-around competition at the U.S. Olympic Festival in Houston this past summer. Also took first in the Illinois State meet. Diane Simpson. Very outstanding, and as you say, dramatic routine. And again, the crowd enjoying her performance. Now, earlier we saw Laura David in senior hoop. She scored an 8.5 for a total of 17.5. And we'll update you on Marina's score momentarily. Meanwhile, Cindy Mount in junior rope.
She's a very strong rope routine. She had an 8.7 in her preliminary score.
She's an 8th grader at the Haven Middle School with the Illinois Rhythmics. That's Irina Vidovets' team. She's already been in international competition. Went to the Four Continents Championships in Melbourne, Australia this past year. She was also part of the U.S. Olympic Festival in Houston, Texas.
The pianist follows the gymnast so closely. They know each other's routines. He can help her if she's running a little late. So she's exactly on the music. And Cindy definitely is on the music.
Particularly at the end, if there's a particular beat you want to finish on and time it with a landing, the timing between the two is
exactly
like that. Very important.
Please.
Senior hoop standings. Diane Simpson wins the gold with that score of 19.00. Marina Kuniavsky with the silver, and Michelle Berube and Alexandra Feldman tie for the bronze medal. And the junior standings.
Tie for first.
So
Tying for the gold, Cindy Mount and Crystal Alt, both with excellent routines. And with the bronze, Jennifer Lovell. Fourth, we have Casey Van Loon. Fifth, Robin Geringer. And sixth, Carmen Carnes.
More exciting rhythmic gymnastics competition to come. You stay with us. Now, back to senior clubs and Irina Rubinstein, who had scored a 9.25 in the preliminaries, placing her right up near the top.
Irina's very strong with the clubs. Tossing series there, catches it in the same hand. Very difficult toss here. Illusion walkover to catch in an arch. Very nice.
The level of concentration, just fantastic.
You can't let anything bother you.
Incredible, as you talked earlier about the short toss and the long toss. Incredible.
She looks very happy with that routine.
Irina Rubinstein, and that could move her up from the standpoint of the overall standings, although, again, Marina Kuniavsky with somewhat of a lead in that category. Now we go back to Crystal Alt in junior ribbon, and she is in second place after her preliminary score of 8.50.
starts off fast right away. Now when the ribbon touches her body like it did just there, if it leaves right away and doesn't get tangled on her, then it's just 1 to 2 tenths, and she was able to get it off of her right away. Showing work with the left hand here, required moves.
Cindy Mount earlier scored an 8.8 for a total of 17.1. So Crystal Alt's 8.5. She will have to come in with a good score here.
She's doing a very good routine so far. Here she has a toss part. This is going to be 2 tosses in a row. And she caught it, no problem. Okay, one small mistake, but she came back.
Dakin Lister is in second place in the competition with her 9.50 in the preliminaries.
Very strong routine in the preliminaries. Double toss, very difficult. Nice catch into a deep arch.
And a very theatrical routine to a honky-tonk version of Am I Blue?
Very much Dakin's style. Always playing to the crowd.
And a little Charleston.
Interesting move there. Excellent routine for Dakin.
She lists clubs as one of her favorite events in rhythmic gymnastics and shows why. Just really seem to be having a good time out there. Cindy Mount will be our next competitor. Her preliminary score, 8.30 in junior ribbon. That score good for 4th place in the competition at this point in time.
That ribbon is 6 meters long, almost 19 feet, and she has to keep it moving the entire time. You'll notice her switch the ribbon from her right to left hand. That's also required, not only in ribbon, but in all the events. The girls should use both hands equally. Ribbon really leaves you free to use your own style, and you'll see that each of the girls play up their best. Very nice ending.
That's Cindy Mount. Now to senior clubs and to our leader, Marina Kuniavsky, whose preliminary score was 9.70, which gave her a very strong lead after the preliminary round.
Very strong routine, exciting. She uses drums here.
No piano, no guitar, no nothing. Just the drums.
But with Marina's style, it really does fit.
She says this is her favorite event, the favorite apparatus to work with. And that earlier score of 9.70 would indicate such.
Nice catch behind the back into an arch. She's got the crowd behind her all the way. Excellent routine. She looks happy to have made it through that.
All right, the club standings for seniors. The finals, Marina Kuniavsky with the gold medal performance with a score of 19.35.
Dakin Lister takes the silver, 18.80, and Irina Rubinstein takes the bronze with an 18.55. Fourth place, Kelly Tanko. Fifth, Janet Bunad. And tie for sixth between Maria Basil and Michelle McElroy.
Now to the junior ribbon standings.
Taking the gold medal, Cindy Mount with a 17.10. Silver, Crystal Alt, 17.05. And taking the bronze, Casey Van Loon with a 16.95. Followed by fourth place, Jennifer Lovell. Fifth, Christina Morris. And sixth, Robin Geringer.
We hope you're enjoying what officially is known as Rhythmic Sportive Gymnastics, and we want to continue a little bit with Valerie on our demonstration. These are the clubs.
That's right. The clubs are usually thought of as the most difficult piece of apparatus in rhythmic gymnastics. Actually, pieces of apparatus. There are two of them. They're very hard, and you have to continuously move them throughout the routine. What I'm first showing you here are milling movements. They're in different planes, and you are required to show 3 different planes of mills during your routine. So I can show you in front of my body, over my head, and then to the side of my body. The gymnast is required to show 3 different planes during mills during her routine. Now I'm showing you some small juggling tosses. It's where I make small tosses, catch them both in front of my body, and I catch one behind my body. Going right into a high toss. This is a superior move. I toss one club high in the air, and I have to keep the other club moving while I'm doing this. And as well as keeping my body movement going, doing leaps, turns. Here I'm doing a series of leaps. This is also superior. I do 2 turning side leaps, they're called, in a row, and keep the clubs moving at the same time, and finish with a double toss, small double toss, forward roll, and catch.
When you were competing, was this your most difficult? Did you have to practice at this the most?
Well, I think you can compare it in artistic gymnastics to the men's pommel horse or to the ladies' balance beam. It's what makes or breaks the meet for a gymnast. You really have to be in control with the clubs.
We'll be back with more of the rhythmic gymnastics after we take this time out. The ribbon, easily the most identifiable apparatus when people think about the sport of rhythmic gymnastics.
That's right. It's always the crowd's favorite. And it's the most difficult, I think, for the gymnast. It's a 1.5-minute routine, and the ribbon can never stop. And the other pieces of apparatus, you can have poses or you can hold the apparatus for a second, but in ribbon, it can never stop moving. Here I'm just going to show you all the basic moves with the ribbon. I'm showing you snakes. Those are small back and forth movements with the ribbon. Spirals, which are smaller circles, large circles, and figure 8 movements. The gymnast should constantly keep the ribbon moving and, of course, her body movement going at the same time.
Seems to me that in this particular routine, the marriage of the music, the dance, the gymnastics, all of it really seems to come together in this particular routine.
It really does. The music is very important in any routine, but in ribbon, it's constantly the ribbon and you and all the movement, you're dancing. They never stop the movement. So It's definitely the crowd favorite, that's for sure.
Valerie, thank you for the demonstrations, and we hope this helps you understand a little more about rhythmic gymnastics. And we move now to our final competitor in the ribbon, and this is Marina Kuniavsky, who had a preliminary score of 9.30.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marina Kuniavsky.
She needs a 9.8 to win the competition. However, that 9.30.
She did have problems in the preliminaries, and she's very strong. 9.8 is an awfully high score.
But at 9.3 in the preliminary, she was in third place, so she can at least score a medal here in this competition with a solid performance.
Absolutely. She's got the crowd behind her.
I would anticipate, instead of a distraction, that is a boost to the competitor.
Absolutely. But she's concentrating so much that she notices it, but she doesn't let it bother her. You'll notice the stronger gymnasts really never let the ribbon stop moving. This is unique. She runs, tosses it behind her back, and excellent catch. I think she's going for the 9.8. Excellent routine.
It's amazing how they keep themselves from stepping on the ribbon as they go through all the different routines.
It does happen sometimes.
In junior clubs, Robin Geringer and her 8.40 is good for first place now coming into this finals portion of the competition.
Right away started with a mistake. Small, but hopefully she can get herself back together. Always scary being in first place after the preliminaries. Double toss here. Catch. Again, we see a transition in the music that's required. Robin shows a lot of difficulty with the gloves. Very nice routine.
Now we flip-flop, and we move from what we were watching, which was senior clubs and junior ribbons, now to senior ribbons, and this is Diane Simpson, who scored a 9.60. She is in first place.
Diane is very strong with the ribbon. Very small drop there. That's 1/10. She can get it together. Double turn with the scale, very difficult.
It's
Two tosses in a row.
Interesting, you can just see the level of confidence in the different performers, particularly Diane and Marina.
Absolutely, and that all comes from experience. Very unique dance moves, fit perfect with her music. Final toss here. Nice catch.
Again, the level of concentration to keep the dance move, the acrobatic steps, and keep the ribbon moving, catch it, whatever. It's just amazing. We now move to junior clubs. This is Julia Rowell. And Julia, from Jacksonville, Florida, is in 4th place with a preliminary score of 8.30, hoping to move up.
Showing the required milling movements now. In the club routine, she'll have to show the mills 3 separate times, 3 different planes. Always keeps the other piece of apparatus moving. When she's doing the toss, the other club's always moving. Nice routine.
Very fine by the youngster from Jacksonville, Florida, Julia Rowell. She's just 11.
We're here with 1984 Olympic coach and USA national team coach Alla Svirsky. Alla, how do you feel about this year's national team?
Much better than used to be. Of course, we're missing you, but girls much younger and potential it's above average level.
How do you feel about our chances for the Pan Am team?
I always feel like we can win this game. It's not big competition, no Bulgarian, not Russian, and our girls on 4 continents game, when we have mostly strongest team, we did very well. We got medals, we got in finals, and I believe we can get a medal, this gold medal this year.
We all know it's the pre-Olympic year and everyone's getting excited for 88, so how do you feel? Is your team going to be ready?
Yes, it's excitement and it's hard, long work for us, but I believe we should at least repeat result what we shown last Olympic game to get to place 2 people in final, and we're looking for medals.
Thanks a lot. Good luck.
More exciting rhythmic gymnastics competition to come. You stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next pair.
We now present the Oakland Rhythmic Images. This is Charlene Edwards and Jennifer Nust.
They come into this in 1st place so far with a 33.20. girls in group and pair competition are allowed to use orchestrated music, and they're not required, as individual competitors are, to use only one instrument. Some of the required moves that they're going to show you with the ball event are bouncing, rolling like you see right there, small and large tosses. Those rolls across the chest are also characteristic of ball. A nice superior toss, excellent catch. They're moving very well together.
Coached by your former partner, Michelle Berube.
Yeah, she's done a good job. Unique move there. Little flexibility. Excellent routine. I definitely think they'll be hard to beat.
I would anticipate a first place effort there. Again, they were leading the competition and just looked excellent. There you have the standings for the pairs competition and the Oakland Rhythmic images. Charlene Edwards and Jennifer Nust, the leaders in the competition with their score of 33.85 over the Kairos of Houston, Texas. That's Michelle McElroy and Sandy Frisell. The top 10 finishers here, led by Marina Kuniavsky, become the kind of national team. They are among the U.S. national qualifiers, but they aren't booked yet for the Pan Am Games. There's still more to come.
That's right. There's the Olympic Festival, which is the other half of their qualifying for the Pan Am Games. So these girls can't relax yet. They have international competitions to get ready for.
So they've overcome one hurdle, but there's still a lot more work to come for them. An outstanding competition here in Shelbyville.
It certainly was.
Any particular gymnast stand out to you?
Well, Marina is so strong. She withstood a lot of pressure, and, you know, she really just hung in there, and to win the gold, she did a great job.
And from the standpoint of the U.S. team and the U.S. program in general?
The 10 national team members that we have this year are stronger than any national team we've ever had, so I think everyone should be very happy.
Valerie, thank you very much for joining us. We had a lot of fun in watching the competition.
We did, thank you.
And we hope that you've enjoyed it as well. The 1987 U.S. National Rhythmic Gymnastics Finals. This is Ken Double at Shelbyville High School saying so long, everybody, and thank you for being with us.